Guys, they said Olori TikTok cried Kabiyesi a river as Kabiyesi told her that Tadenikawo is his flesh and blood, the heir apparent to his wealth. That nothing can ever change that. At least he is very sure that Tade belongs to him and he knows what he is doing. You know that the reason for all of this is because they said Olori TikTok, they say she have not been herself. As a matter of fact, when she heard the news of Kabiyesi giving Tadenikawo 60% of Equity Hospital, knowing fully well that Kabiyesi owns 70% of that Equity Hospital, while his partners owns 30%, Kabiyesi decided to give Tadenikawo 60% without looking back or thinking twice. They said Olori TikTok breaks down. As in the moment she heard the news, they say she slumped and was rushed to the hospital. And ever since she regained consciousness, she have been making troubles out of troubles. They say she even went as far as confronting Queen Naomi, calling Queen Naomi names, how she will be pretending to be a pastor, yet she will not convince Kabiyesi to know that her own children are Kabiyesi's children. When I hear this news, I was just laughing. I said, now wow. If she happens to be in Queen Naomi's shoe, is she going to do that which she is expecting Queen Naomi to do now? That is a question. Oh. Is she going to do it? I still remember some of the things we heard, even though they are all alleged information. How she was saying that her own children are going to be greater than Tadenikawo, that her own son will be the heir apparent. And a lot of people were worried, saying that is she planning to buy Tadenikawo so that her own will be the heir apparent. Considering the fact that Tade will be 4 years this year, I think, whereas her own child, I mean her own son, is not even up to 6 months. This life sef, e no balance at all. Oh. This life, you see, if wishes were horses, beggars will ride. I'm telling you, because maybe when she was pregnant or when she told Kabiyesi that she's pregnant, she was expecting that the arrival of these twins is going to make her more superior than Queen Naomi and every other Olori in that palace. That is what she might be thinking. But Kabiyesi busted their bubbles. But Kabiyesi busted her bubbles and gave her the opposite of all she had been thinking and believing. You know, even when we heard that, when Kabiyesi announced the arrival of that twins, a lot of people, someone like this Adejumo, I'm sure she came to my comment section then to tell me that Queen Naomi and Tadenikawo is the listing that Kabiyesi is thinking about. You can imagine that. So maybe in where she's come from, whenever a woman gave birth to a new child, the first child will be abandoned and forgotten. Is that what she meant? I don't know. Then I've forgotten what I replied to her. So the thing is that wishes were not horses, because if it is, beggars will ride. The way she expected everything, things are going contrary to all her expectations. And they say she have been crying, telling Kabiyesi that Kabiyesi, what you are doing is wrong. Oh. They said after confronting Queen Naomi, telling Queen Naomi that if you are a child of God like you are claiming, that you shouldn't be advising Kabiyesi to be giving everything to Tadenikawo, knowing that Kabiyesi have other children, you know. So they said it was after that she went ahead to call Kabiyesi, to tell Kabiyesi that this is unfair. Like, how can Kabiyesi be this mean to her and her own children? That doesn't mean that Kabiyesi have forgotten that she already have a children with her. And they say Kabiyesi told her to her very face that, you see Tadenikawo is my flesh and blood. At least I am very much aware of that. But the other way around, but the say Kabiyesi said, but if any of you is thinking that maybe for one reason or the other that I'm going to abandon my son for you, you are making a great mistake. Oh. you better have a rethink. You better re-examine your sense because you're not thinking right, you know. And I believe that the reason why Kabiyesi is doing what he is doing right now is because he felt more secure and safe with Queen Naomi. Because we do know that uh, Tadenikawo is just a minor. As a matter of fact, he doesn't even know what is my daddy willed so amount to me or so percentage to me. He does not know any of those things. The only language he understands right now is mommy, I want to eat. Mommy, I want to poo poo. Mommy, you see, those things are the things that is bothering him right now. Wealth or investment or those things, he knows nothing about any of them. But Kabiyesi is busy willing it in his name because he is very much aware that Queen Naomi can protect everything that he handed over to her. Because Kabiyesi is indirectly handing over everything to Queen Naomi. And for those of you who think that these two cannot come back together and stay strong again, you guys are making a great mistake. Go and mark today's date. Time will come when you all will know that Kabiyesi knows exactly what he is doing. He is trying to secure his investment in a safe hand. Yes, and whether you like it or not, Tadenikawo is Ooni of Ife's first son. And this is Africa for you. Everything goes to the first son. Then, a good first son will now share to his siblings. I don't know if I'm making sense. And Kabiyesi knows that Tade is as good as his mother, Queen Naomi. Queen Naomi does not have a heart of some of these Olories. No, she doesn't. If she have such a heart, she wouldn't have accommodated them when they were coming to the palace as business partners. They said in those days, Queen Naomi will make sure that these people are very much comfortable. And that is why, no matter how hard they try to fight Queen Naomi now, it will go back to sender. Because she doesn't bear any grudge against them. She doesn't have anything against them. Yet they are fighting her as if she have been a stumbling block to them. The way they are fighting her, one would think that maybe they have had certain issue before. But all I do know is that God of Naomi is going to disgrace all of them and put them to shame. So they say Kabiyesi reminded Olori TikTok in case she is forgotten that Tadenikawo is his flesh and blood. And no one can stop him from giving anything that he wants to give to his son. That he is the one that made those words and he decide who to give it to. And if he decide to give everything to Tadenikawo, that it is none of their business. If they are not comfortable with it, they can use the exit door. You know, they say she started crying as usual. Anyway, guys, I want to remind you that these are all alleged information. Okay, always bear that in mind. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to share my video. Thank you so much for being here. I love you.